Acknowledge a declaration of a quorum, and I'm going to first open it up for the reorg to public comment. Yep.
Hello, I'm Larry Rorball, and I'm Freddie. I gave about 25 years now to the planning commission. I gave years to the Heidelberg Rec Board when we were starting to build a rec park. So I gave a lot of years here. This week I found out that my time's up for the planning commission, and my name's not going to be up again. And it's sort of like, why didn't you guys bother calling to tell me? You know, what else can I do besides give all this time, energy, trying to make Heidelberg better, keeping it rural, doing all the things, working for the rec park, get the rec park started. You know, I just think you guys mishandled it. And then I see two names on for the planning commission. Well, if you look at the paper from the Pennsylvania Governor's Center for Local Government Services, Planning Commission, go to page 10, and it says, the planning commission itself, when faced with a vacancy, shall review potential appointees and qualifications and make recommendations to the governing body. Is that how you guys handle this? Because I talked to people in the planning commission, and they said it was never brought up. So how did you guys come up with this without going through the proper channels? Did he give you an answer?
I think there's some confusion there. There was discussion. Larry?
With who?
Members of the planning commission.
Travis? Was it?
Yes, I talked to Tim.
And you wanted to get rid of me?
That's not what I said.
You know, it's okay. That's up to you guys. It's
Well,
your
was
vote.
the discussion with the planning commission in a public meeting, or was it done by each member privately? If it was done by each member privately, we can poll them now and see what they say. What I'd like to point out is that two people were up for reappointment. Both said yes, they wanted to be reappointed, and only one of them is. So I don't understand how you treat two people differently.
Yeah, we're in
Public comment, Paul, so.
So on public comment,
Yeah, okay, then you're taking Larry's time.
that's fine.
Are you
Well,
done,
he's
Larry?
asking for answers.
Yeah, that's, you know, I think you guys are screwing this up. Just because I spoke up last month's meeting, all of a sudden, you guys are, who used to be my friends, who I campaigned for, and now you turn your back on me. Thank you.
Any other public comment? Yes. Yes, you do.
Okay, am I good?
address, name.
Kathy Warbaugh, 6269 Huff Road.
And address the board.
Address the board.
Okay, I'm confused. Okay, all I want to say here is, on his behalf, I actually wanted to tell the public this, but since I got to face you. You know the vista that we have here to the park? You know, the park wanted to close that. They wanted to close that down. That was where the park dedication was. Larry said, you know what? If I take care of that, can we keep it open? He mows it, he maintains it. His gas, his mower, his time. You know, not to mention all the stones that kills the mower, you know, and there we have to take it and get it fixed. And that's his dedication, because you know how many weddings have taken place there, how many prom pictures are taken there, how many family pictures are taken there. He was on the scuba team for how many years? Lieutenant. They were the top three. Top three. They were asked to do whatever, you know, in other parts of the state because they were good. He ran the National Wild Turkey Federation. Top three there. It's not now because he's not on it. He started the park blast. Made them $40,000 to $60,000 every year by doing that. Until somebody wanted him out of there, okay, yous all tell me how much the park makes now. He put everything he had into that. He did speeches on the park. He has films, CD, everything that anybody would ever want to know about the park. And like he said, he started the rec park down here, did Little League. Now, if you want to tell me he doesn't have an interest in Heidelberg Township, no, I got nothing more to say.
Any other comments tonight? Jeez. Yes.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Hi, Sandy
Yeah.
Stone, Straw Acres Road. I have two things I want to address. One thing is, in the newsletter that comes out in the spring, or maybe sooner, maybe on the website, could you please remind people to keep their dogs on a leash at the park? I walk my dog there, and I've seen several off-leash. My dog is not friendly with other dogs, so there probably would be a dog fight. And the other thing is the Zoom meetings. Could that be looked into to make the quality of the Zoom meetings better? Because if you go back in to try to watch them, you can't hear anything, you don't know who's talking. Just a suggestion.
Thank you. Okay, the reorganization meeting is comments about the reorg, so please let's limit it to that. Yes.
That's what we have to do.
Yes. Is it on?
Yep, it's on. All right, Ed Strasball, 1580 Jacobson Road. I've been attending supervisors meetings, and other township meetings for many years when my schedule would permit. Over the years, there have been many changes to the township, some that I believe were significant, some that had insignificant, and some that had significant impacts to our community. One of those changes that I feel is very significant, pays respect to all those who have paid the ultimate price for our freedoms and to those who continue to serve and protect our rights and freedoms and shows respect for our country. It is meant to unite us and offer us security and confidence in our country and our community. And I would like to thank the Board of Supervisors. For 4 years ago, bringing the Pledge of Allegiance back to all the meetings that the township has. I'm not sure what's going on. Are we adding more members to the planning commission to gain a broader perspective on planning? Or have some members submitted their resignations that we need to have, that the public has not been made aware of? If we're adding additional members, I feel Mr. Rod Hacker would make a good appointee for his being a longtime resident and his professional experience. And the last item I have is old business. Where and what are the data results from the groundskeeping maintenance study that the board told the public at the January meeting, 2023 meetings, that it would be completed in the calendar year of 2023?
All right, anybody else tonight? We have, about the reorg?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Okay, I'm Stephanie Ennis. I live at 6151 Acorn Drive, and I'm here in this township. First time I've been here to a meeting, and I have to say, I'm gonna be real honest, I'm not impressed. When you ask if there are any comments, people raise their hands, and we get a, like, no, you should be glad to hear from us. We're here, this is our community. We, we love this community, and we are a part of this community. And I heard someone say as I came in, we want to keep love, support, no more division in this community. I've heard so much division over the last 4 years that I'm like, what are we, Washington DC or something? What happened to our tightly knit, everybody looks out for everybody community? It's gone somewhere, I'm not sure where it is. I'm here in support of Larry because he has, as far as I'm concerned, exhibited my morals, my values, and my things that I want for our community to continue, the way I'd like for it to be. He asked the question, how did this come about that his name's not on the agenda, that he's being replaced? I don't believe that question was answered. And I'd like to know, as a person of our community, I'd like to know, how are we conducting business in our organization, our board? What are you guys doing? Are you just moving people as you see fit, based on what? What criteria? If he's interested in continuing the position, I think he should have the opportunity to be reappointed. And if he's not, then I'd like to know why he's not. So I'd just like to say again, I'd like to see our township, the leaders of our township, go back to a place of love, support, looking out for each other, instead of this animosity and this backbiting and all this other stuff that's going on. It's not good, it's not healthy. It's not who we are. It's not who we are as a community, and I think we can do better. And I'm just here for Larry and Larry's support. So thank you very much.
Okay, one response to that is that we have another comment period coming for the main meeting, and we gotta get through this meeting because Mr. Schultes has to leave. So we gotta get through the reorganization, and we have another meeting after this, and then we have another comment that can be on anything. So, are there any more that have to do with the reorg? Yes?
Hernan Castillo, 6826 Cannery Court. I would like to follow up on the last comment. I actually have not yet heard an answer either. I was not going to speak, but I have not yet heard an answer. So the question has been posed: why is Larry not being proposed for reappointment on the board?
I'm not gonna answer that publicly.
Wait, what
I'm
is
not
it?
required to answer it publicly.
Sure.
And I'm not going to. Do you have any other comments? Out of respect, yes. Do you have any other
Out of
comments?
respect for Larry, I would like to pose the question to the other supervisors.
Sure. Matt?
My only comment is, I think, look no farther back than last month's meeting. There's your answer.
I was there. Can you elaborate?
We're not gonna get in, we don't, is your comment done, or do you have more?
Actually, my 3 minutes are not expired. I have a question.
A serving member of the planning commission was out of order, way out of order, in a supervisor's meeting. End of story.
Was there an out of order motion made by from the?
So now we're just gonna get into detail about that. We offered an answer back.
Well, he wasn't out of order.
There was
He
also
was recognized by the chair.
That's what I remember.
communication issues. I've tried to contact him several times, he didn't return my calls. How can I have a planning commission member who doesn't return my calls? How can I have that, Larry?
You can check my phone. When did you call me? The last time you.
I have it on, I texted you. I said, we need to talk. You never responded, twice.
When.
We're moving on. See, this is what I wanted to avoid. I don't wanna get into an argument.
When you said, will you sign Matt's papers? And I said, no.
No.
Yes, Tim.
We're going into the
Can we
reorg.
get a response from Supervisor King on this question, since I'm really not satisfied with the answer yet?
Yeah, it was absolutely not discussed with me. I was caught off guard. Larry was not going to be reappointed. I make a motion to amend the agenda under number 8, Planning Commission. I move that Travis Lagerman and Larry Rawball both be appointed to a 4-year term starting 1/1/24 through 12/31/27, and that Doug Broadhecker be the alternate member of the Planning Commission starting 1/1/24 through 12/31/27.
That was a motion, it needs a second, I second it.
Doesn't work that
Thank
way.
you, I appreciate that.
All right, motion dies for lack of a second.
In support of my motion, both gentlemen were asked prior to last month's meeting if they wanted to re-serve, and both said yes. One is being treated differently than the other. And it has nothing to do with what happened in the meeting. So go ahead.
All right.
There was no.
We're gonna go into the reorg now. Okay, let's start that.
So the next item under the agenda is the reorganization and the selection of a chairman. So since technically there is not a chairman, there needs to be a chairman pro tem. By custom, solicitors often serve that role, so unless there's some objection by the board, I would serve the role as chairman pro tem just for the purpose of nominating and electing the chairman. Once the chairman is elected, then the chairman takes over. So any objections from the board?
Can I step out
Okay.
for a second?
Please.
Where was that
We're in the
issue?
middle of the meeting now.
Well, where did that issue go? You just brought an issue,
Please.
where did it go? Like, where did it go? Where is it gonna go? Is it gonna go for further discussion? Is it, and cause I'd like to know too, where it says in your bylaws or constitution or whatever.
Order.
Am I get kicked out?
Could.
Okay, well, I'd like to know where it says if somebody steps out of line, they just get removed.
Please, let us finish the report here.
Okay. Well, can you just answer,
So-
where do we go for answers? That's the last question. If I have questions to tonight's meeting that have not been answered, where can I go for the answers? That's all I wanna know.
Okay. So at this point,
Oh, can
I'm not ignoring you, I'm just trying to get through the meeting. So you can address your comments at the other portion of the meeting. This is the reorg meeting, okay? So at this point, we'll take nominations for chairperson of the Board of Supervisors. It does not have to be seconded. Any other nominations? those nominations, and we'll take a vote. All those in favor of Tim Anderson as chairman, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed?
No.
The motion is 2-1, it passes.
Thanks, Dave. All right. Now the list. I'd like to, make a motion to nominate the vice chairman. And that is Matt Ballinger. I'd like to nominate Matt Ballinger. I'm gonna take a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next up is the appointment of the following officers of the township. Manager, treasurer. Let me
It's however the board wants to do it. You can do it as a group, or you can do it separate.
as a group for the township officers, managers, make a motion to appoint manager, treasurer Barbara Krebs, secretary Judy Mustard, solicitor per engagement and representation agreement is Tim Schultes. The right to know officer will continue to be Barb. However, we are setting up a separate position for that. And that person will be established at a later meeting. But we do want to set a salary structure for that. So all in favor of those appointments? Aye.
Paul? Aye.
Okay, so 3 ayes. Next group are the appointment of the following positions. Engineer C.S. Davison, Sewage Enforcement Officer Doug Stumbo, Alternate CEO Reg Walker, Zoning Code Enforcement Permitting Officer Chris Walker. So that's news that Chris will be our new zoning officer in training. And we have Neil Doyle coming back to help us out, and we have Jackson Township also helping us. Building Inspection Service, CCIS, Vacancy Board, Sam Myers, Police Commission, Matt Ballinger, Roadmaster, Sam Myers, and Assistant Roadmaster, Chris Walker. I'd like to motion to appoint those positions. Do I hear a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next is the Planning Commission, 4-term. A motion to appoint Doug Broaddecker to the Planning Commission for a 4-year term starting 1/1/2024 through 12/31/27. Motion to reappoint Travis Lockman to the Planning Commission for a 4-year term starting 1/1/24 through 12/31/27. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Discussion?
Discussion, go ahead.
So, it's a lot of positive things going on. A lot of positive. Matt told us he wanted to move forward in peace. There's a lot of goodwill, a lot of anticipation of cooperation. We have so many positive things going that this appointment to the Planning Commission will put a stain on that, will be a mark against it. Somebody speaks up at the meeting, speaks up fervently, and this is the explanation we're given why they're not being reappointed. We want fervent discussion. We want people to speak. Many people have torn me apart in here, and rightfully so on many occasions. You don't see me holding up their appointments to anything or anything like that. I encourage their participation. This is not what we just went through. We were all told, please cooperate. And someone, one individual who served the community far and above many that are here, many that have been here, is having that service blotched because of a comment he made. Many people here have made comments to one or another of a person sitting at this table that weren't favorable, that weren't kind. But that doesn't disqualify their comment, doesn't disqualify their participation, doesn't disqualify the service they have given. I ask the board, please go with the positive side of things that you have generated. This is where we can move forward. If it doesn't happen this way, it's going to be a stain.
So, seconds, and now it's a vote. All in favor of those appointment, of the planning commission appointments, say aye. Aye. Opposed?
Now,
Zoning hearing board, 3-year term. A motion to reappoint Peg Moulton to the zoning hearing board for a 3-year term starting 1/1/24 through 12/31/26. Do I hear a second?
Second?
All in favor?
aye.
Aye. York Area Tax Board Rep, motion to appoint Paul King as the YATB representative. And a motion to appoint Barbara Krebs as the YATB alternate representative.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. EMA representative. A motion to appoint Phil Smith as EMA representative and a motion to appoint Paul King as the, alternate, I believe. Oh, you appoint two. So the two members of Phil Smith and Paul King. Do I hear a second for that?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, now the holidays, New Year's Day will be 1/1/24, Martin Luther King Day, 1/15/24, President's Day, 2/19/24, Good Friday, 3/29/24, Easter, 3/31/24, Memorial Day, 5/27/24, Juneteenth, 6/19/24, Independence Day, 7/4/24, Labor Day, 9/2/24, Columbus Day, 10/14/24, Veterans Day, 11/11/24, Thanksgiving, 11/28/24, Day after Thanksgiving, 11/29/24, Christmas Eve, 12/24, 12/24/24, Christmas Day, 12/25/24, New Year's Eve, 12/31/24, and New Year's Day, 1/1/2025. Okay. And, motion to appoint Barb Krebs and Judy Mustard as the township voting delegates at the state commission. Do I hear a second for that? Convention, sorry. All in favor? Aye. Being there's no old business, there's no new business, I move to adjourn. Do I hear a second? Second. Meeting adjourned. We'll start the regular meeting in a minute.